Hey, Josh. Hopefully the audio is working. Just randomly decided to try to make a live. Hey, Gil. How are you guys? I am stuck here at the data center for quite a while fixing stuff, and I figured, waiting on the computer to do something, so might as well just chat for a little bit. What are you guys doing? What trouble we got going on tonight? Anything amazing or nifty going on? What do you guys think of the amazing election? Are we doomed? Are we horribly doomed to suffer? I wonder if this is going to come down right to the very wire, right before the day the Electoral College meets, that they're finally going to have something determined. Although, who knows what that something is. Ew, Gil. That's pretty nasty sounding. What on earth did they get into? Or what crud did they bring home? I'm hearing that from a lot, Josh, a lot of people. And I'm on the same mindset. I'm like, enough of the warm up. Let's get on the show already. Just come. Like, can we get on with this mess? This slow burn into the apocalypse isn't really isn't really meeting my timetable. Hey, Kaylin, how's life? Oh yeah. Kids love to bring something home. Cull the herd. I don't know. This crazy world. Although I am getting entertained by how many people are suddenly like, maybe I should put away some food and prepare. Yeah, maybe you should. Hey, Blue Healer. It's like, I don't know if you guys watched that show, the channel Guns and Gadgets. So that he put a video out today, Jared, and he's like talking about stuff, and he's all, I'm just getting into this. So if any of you guys got a top 5 ideas for what's vital to prepping, leave them down in the comments. I was like, dude, you're in law enforcement. How do you not have stuff stashed away? It's sort of common FEMA training. Oh, man. Oh, that's nice weather. That is nice weather, Kaylin. It was 78 today where I'm at. We had really good weather. Actually, the whole week's going to be really nice. And Saturday and Sunday are supposed to be nice, high 70s as well. Hoping to get a bunch of stuff done outside. Catch up on that area. At least I'm hoping so. Be nice to actually catch up for a bit, but some days I wake up and my back is just like, and I just, got to get the oil in the old joints, it feels like. It's been real annoying is how bad the back's been lately. Yeah, that's too cold for me, Gil. I just don't deal well with the cold anymore. Deer hunting, that sounds good. Be good to get some meat put away and stuff. Hey, how are you guys' stores doing? I'm hearing lots of reports that, the darn, all the paper towels, all the, toilet paper is getting eaten up. Now I'm starting to hear more reports of stuff missing in the food sections. I've got stuff missing in food. I mean, it's not like as bad as it was during the middle of it all, but we're already starting to see some stuff disappear around here. So how's it looking out for you guys? You real up north, Caitlin? I don't remember where you at. Well, at least there's some places have some stuff coming. The Yeah, Walmart was completely emptied out here for all the supplies of that. Although the local little grocery store still had some stuff. They were trying to keep some limits on it, though. Oh, Des Moines. Oh, okay. Yeah. Wonder if anyone else is going to get the notice to find out we're actually live. I know it's so rare for me, but I'm actually getting some new internet and stuff finally, so I can do this quite often. So not when I'm at the office or data centers or everywhere else I'm at. The My current internet's just horribly slow for upload, but the new one's going to be 10 times as fast, so it should actually let me do reliable lives for a change, which will be handy. I've got some plans with do some shows, want to do some discussions with people. I got these crazy ideas, like always, tons of crazy ideas. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the panic buying spreads. Have they locked down at all in Oklahoma, Josh? Or is it still open up? I seem to notice that a lot of places that have announced lockdowns, that's when the panic buyings hit. Yeah. I saw something come out in the news just a little bit ago about California's got a curfew going in. So, wonder what's going on there. It's kind of interesting how all these governors and everyone else is basically enacting their own martial law, even though they don't meet the requirements or the ability to do martial law. They're just like, we're going to go do it anyways. Cute people. Yeah, I'm kind of like you, Josh. They tell me, you must do this. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'll just kind of, make my own way and ignore things. Oh, man, I hate this mask stuff. Mask stuff just drives me nuts. This magic secret mask, the magical talisman of the mask. It'll save us all. Hey, cosmic spoons here. Cool. Yeah, seeing people coming in. That's good. Do they still let you actually eat inside, Kaylin? Or is it all takeout? We've been on takeout only here for long time, long time. Our governor, well, I really don't like our governor. I do not like her at all. I think her policies are idiotic, and I think everything going on relating to this is idiotic in every direction. I mean, you guys will just want to be amazing, if Biden somehow gets in there and then we get, a national lockdown, which he said 4 to 6 weeks, which will, turn into, months, half a year, years. I mean, geez. Hey, Jim, nice to see you come by. Level purple counties. It's almost like they're using every color in the rainbow to control things or label things and stuff. Just nuts. Yeah, yeah. Well, there's also, fiber optic communications back there as well. So there you go. Stuff moving at terabits. Heavy duty stuff. So nice to see you, Palmetto. You gonna make any more oil? Did Trump actually declare it as a national emergency? I guess maybe he did declare it. I don't know. I can't remember. As wild as it is, that was probably back in March, but it only feels, like 20 years have passed in that amount of time. Gosh. So what are you guys worried about? What kind of things do you think are the biggest threats we have to deal with right now? Hey, Fanny, nice to see you. Yeah, we got a nice mix of people today. This is pretty cool. Stuff, like I was telling others, is I'll have better internet soon. Hopefully within the next couple weeks. It's a wireless system. They have to install some antennas and stuff at the house and all that. But then I can actually have a much faster internet. Yay! Do that. Fans of orange wires. Well, actually, the orange stuff is interduct. So inside that is actually fiber optics and other things like that. So it's not orange wire. And things. I was gonna see if I actually had some of the fiber optic transceivers next to me. Hey, brass tard, how are you? How's life? How are things treating you? Oh man. Stink bugs. Yeah, we got one weird, freaky snowstorm here, and so it got cold enough. We got a hard freeze, so all the bugs, they're hiding. And thankfully, beyond all, the mosquitoes are gone. I hate the mosquitoes. They're just tear me up all the time. I can't stand the mosquitoes. So what are you, Fanny? How's the stores holding up in your area? Is it total, all the toilet paper, paper towels, and cleaning supplies wiped out? How's the food doing? How's that for anyone else that came in, like Brass Tard? How's all the stores holding up in your area? Yeah. Yeah, the gnats. Thankfully, I don't have a ton of gnats. I just remember my trips to the south, and I could have sworn they were working on trying to carry me away. Actually, there were so many. And the mosquitoes. Oh, the mosquitoes. Oi. Ugh. Oh, you're in Oklahoma. I didn't realize that, Fanny. Oh, okay, yeah. So you're partnered up with, who's the other one from Oklahoma that my memory sometimes is super short, guys, especially when I'm having to remember everything else and stuff and things. No gnats in Colorado. Yeah. I grew up in Colorado. I liked Colorado quite a bit. For the longest time, I was planning to move back to Colorado, but then the government went crazy, and now my government, we got rid of our Republican governor here, and so I'm just like, great. So what are everyone's plans for the weekend aside from, some people doing deer hunting? Anyone else got some other amazing plans? I'm going to try to actually get a bunch of concrete poured this weekend since the weather's going to be nice. Since my back is so messed up, I have to build a crane real quick to, lift it up into the darn concrete mixer. Oh yeah. I've run into that a couple times myself, Fanny. Is I don't really do the mass thing, and people get really, really angry. They go absolutely crazy and stuff like that. They're like, "You're gonna kill someone." Well, the thing is, the way the laws and the Constitution, everything else like that is written here, it's you don't do it on an if. Things are not if. The saying is, your rights end where they impact me directly. It's the thing is like, you can't go around swinging your fist until you hit someone. But the point is, it's till you hit someone. You can do it all you want till you hit someone. All these ifs don't matter for everything. But there's tons of videos on YouTube and that have been also put up like Twitter, Facebook, and all those places that I've been watching of these people just absolutely losing their ever-loving mind over the masks. And I'm just like, good grief. And, if the mask works as well as they claim it does, shouldn't they be safe? Isn't it supposed to protect them and save them from, us heathens out there? So, They don't like your paintball mesh mask. Oh, good grief. Hey, Anna. Anna came by to cause trouble today, too. Yes, you see, I don't. She doesn't really watch my videos ever, but she pops up in lives because she likes to chat. Yes, I'm picking on you, Anna. Yeah, I was happy Yvette Harold won. I was quite happy about that. Um, at least I hope that's who we're talking about, Brastart. Oh man, I really wanted Steve Pierce to win. And I was talking to people that voted for our current governor, and the reasons I got from people that said that were like, I just like, that was your reason. Really makes me want to, that we need a certain test before you can vote or something, I guess you could say. Hot toddy, yeah. Anthony's a big fan of those hot toddies. Yeah, there's a couple times I've thought I've been getting sick myself. Every time the seasons change, I swear I always get just slammed with like allergens and everything else. I just feel horrible for a little while. Hey, Tyler, nice to see you. Yeah, I just was like, I'm stuck here at the office waiting on everything. I'm waiting on a computer to do something, so I got some time to kill. I was like, you know what? Let's just do a simple live stream for a little bit. I've been meaning to get some other stuff like that. I've got like a pile of videos stacked up that I'm going to finish the editing on, get them done. It's like I still have to put out the final. There's 3 videos in it that show how to make bleach from salt water and some electricity. Got a whole thing about that, which will be a lot of fun. I just got to finish the editing. The editing turned out to be really hard in a couple places, so like that. It also did not help that, like a total idiot, I accidentally had a spot where the battery to the microphone just went. So you can hear me talk, and and suddenly it just drops off, and then and that sort of thing sort of happens. It's just lovely. So I had to refilm some sections on that. We got a bunch of solar pieces put together. Got to just finish the editing. So I hope to get like 2 solar videos up right away tomorrow and Saturday, and then some other yakking stuff. I want to talk about more of the interesting chaos, chicanery, and anything else, going on that we've had in the wonderful election events. But then, this is 2020, right? 2020. So everything's gone crazy this whole year. All sorts of nuts going on. What do you guys think is going to be the big finale? What do you think is going to happen on December 31st? Meteor? Rise of Cthulhu? What are we talking about? What do you guys think? That's pretty funny, Kaylin. Cut here, insert MRE. Beef ramen. Okay. So it's back to your old college days. Oh, man. Hey! Our special secret operator agent from behind enemy lines is checking in. Awesome. What's the report, Steve? Are we all doomed? Let me guess, Tyler. Each one is a different flavor from a different small craft brewery, right? Yeah, I love to do that too, Gil. Cook a whole bunch of stuff all at once, and then freeze it, and then so I can eat it. Just heat it up real quick for quick things. Um, that's the one thing I am always so behind on is time. Oh no, we got to make certain Steve gets out of here, or he'll be in trouble with the popo. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Fanny just points out the thing I've always been driven me nuts about it. So they tell you, oh, the mask solves all this stuff. But if you look at like biohazard level 2 procedures put out by the CDC and others like that for research labs working with infectious diseases, and COVID would be a biohazard level 2. Like you have a schmuck and stuff like that. You've got gloves on, and you wear your mask, stuff like that. And the procedure to get everything off is like mask goes into the biohazard bin. Your smock and all that's pulled up, biohazard bin. Gloves off last because they're not contaminated with what you did. They go into the biohazard bin. You wash everything down and clean yourself up, and then you go out. Because that's the thing is, if you're theoretically saying, there's these particles all throughout here in the air, and they're covered in the mask is intercepting them and grabbing them and stuff, so they get on there, right? So the instant you touch the darn thing, well, they're on your hands. So then if you wipe your nose or something like that, guess what? You just put them right in your face later. Or then, people keep fiddling with them stuff. Then they touch other things. Yeah, great. And like some of the other stuff we saw come out where they said, hey, 66% reported they wore a mask all the time and they still got infected. And then and stuff. There was like 70% of I got to go look at my notes on it. It was like 70% of the people infected in New York were non-essential workers and stuff. And if you think about it, one of the biggest problems that you have is all the particles and stuff like that in the air. And so you're in these areas. So like here at the office, they have a thing. If you're in your office, you don't have to wear a mask. Okay. But, you're in the central building. So we all have the same HVAC system. So all those particles are going to be picked up from people breathing that could have it because, quote, everyone has it. That's why we all have to wear a mask. Everyone has it, right? Because everyone's infectious, right? That's their theory. So they're all going to be picked up and then transported through the entire building by the HVAC system. I mean, come on. I mean, the lot of the policies don't make any sense. And like the other thing is though, so if this thing was super deadly, right? Like deadly. One mistake, gone. You're out of it, right? So if it was like that, would we see like Gavin Newsom out there going to some big party? Not a care in the world? No. And a lot of the others, you wouldn't see Dianne Feinstein walking around with no mask, and she's in the high risk age group. I mean, come on. So even when the people making the rules aren't even honoring them, and they're supposedly have the best intelligence, the best information, all this other stuff. Yeah, I'm calling a lot of baloney on a lot of this stuff there. It just drives me nuts on that point. And because like one of the things that we should be doing is setting up germicidal lamps. We should be setting up systems to catch all the bad particles, all this other stuff in the HVAC system to kill it, stop it from spreading, all that stuff. But they don't. None of it. And to me, with the way all that shaped out is like, okay, the mask is the government saying we got caught with our pants down, and this is our answer. This is our solution. We are saving you. You got to do this. And it's the magical talisman. It's been sold, and all that other stuff like that, and things. And like, so one of the great experiments, I want to do a video on this. I'm planning to do it and stuff just to make a point. Is most of the masks you see people wear, these cloth masks, all these other stuff, they're useless. So if you take a look at, grab ammonia, the stuff you clean a house with, go buy a bottle of it, pour it in a dish, okay, pour the ammonia in there, and have your mask on and sit in the room. How long does it take before you start smelling the ammonia? Problem is as it vaporizes, the size of the water and the ammonia particles together, the gas in it together, they're about the same size as the microaerosolized viruses that are transmitted by people. And if you can smell that through your mask, yeah, your mask isn't working worth a darn. It really isn't. And pretty much the ones I've checked and all that stuff, most of the ones they said, I smell it so fast anyways. It's like, yeah, this is pointless. And there's no guidance on saturation level. I mean, every filter clogs and saturates at a point. They all do. If you look at most of the masks and stuff like that, I mean, not masks, the respirators and all this stuff, the filters say can be used with this much air volume. So it's like said, this size person, this much physical activity, this is how long you can wear it before you have to change the canister. There's a big thing on that. There's no guidance on this stuff at all. They don't give anything on that. It doesn't make any sense. It just blows my mind, and shoot, I even have, respirators with an N100, and they're good to a certain point, but you can saturate them up. Like if I go do, like you can buy an N100 rated for, volatile VOCs and stuff like that. So if you're going to do painting, right, you go painting. And if you get that pretty dense in an area, you don't have other ventilation in there, they clog up and then you start smelling the paint. It goes right through it. And so to me, with all this stuff missing and all this stuff, it just tells me it's a bunch. There's too many pieces missing. And it's more of a show of we're doing something, not that we have a plan, and it's just something the politicians latch onto because they can't sound incompetent idiots. No, they have to sound like they know what they're doing, but they really don't. So there's my giant, quick middle of the night rant on this issue going on. It's the same thing with the lockdowns. It just and stuff. And also think about also like this. So most hospitals, a hospital is not a good investment and not profitable if it is not, running around 85 to 90% capacity all the time. So the ability for a hospital to sustain a surge is tiny. When they're saying hospitals are at 95% capacity, it's like, yeah, they pretty much are all the time. Yes, that's a common occurrence because they can't just have, thousands of empty beds just sitting there. They run them at pretty much full capacity. It's like a hotel. You need a hotel to be rather populated to be able to make the money out of it and stuff. I mean, what we really need is, if you got major issues going on and stuff like that in an area, need the military, the National Guard to come down and set up giant MASH units the whole area. For the longest time, planning of central resources and all that, because politicians are too idiotic anyways, to plan ahead really well on this stuff. The idea has been, they're going to bring in, resources from the federal government to assist with the overflow. And that's how it kind of works. Oh, one of my friends, Steve, just reminded me, pay attention, dingus. So now I need to pay attention to what everyone else. Oh, that's weird, Fanny. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't think anyone is actually, yeah, I don't think so. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Let's see. What did Tyler say? Oh, yeah, I agree, Tyler. That's what happens. It's like, what are the actual values here? I mean, and part of the other thing is like people putting stuff, you see them, they put them in their pockets, they put them in their pants, they stash them away when they're not doing them. How often are they washing these things? What was all in your pants pocket? I don't know. Oh yeah, we'll see if we get the Google moderator team in here today, blocking comments, shutting people down. That has been entertaining. On Steve's Live in the morning. Yes, and my pals are yelling at me. Oh man, yeah. It's just crazy what. It's so strange that little tiny live, and they show up and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna moderate these comments for you guys." We weren't even talking about anything strange. It's like, poof, here they are getting on that. Yeah, using a phone and the chat is pretty darn complicated. I try to stay away from it. The only one I know who's like super fast in doing that sort of stuff is Palmetto. He's like this phone. I think he could put a lot of teenage girls to shame with how good he is at his phone. I've decided he's got it implanted, and he just actually has a fake thing he stares at. It's actually an implant in his head. You know, I never know either, Fanny. The YouTube is absolutely so bizarre on how things work. Put but Anna in charge. Do you mean put Anna in charge, Corsair? Wow. Thanks, Jack. Nice to know that I'm more popular than Palmetto and his oil. Oh, man. Grammar Nazi. No, if you guys saw how bad I used to write in school when I had to do papers, definitely not a grammar Nazi. Well, Tyler apparently is. Yeah, he had to pop in there. Oh, that's a bummer, Kaylin, that your computer decided to just go dumb on you. It's funny is I loved playing on computers all the time when I was a kid, and that's how I got into the industry, the computer industry, tech industry, and all that stuff. But I tell you, uh, they really drive you up the wall a lot of times today these days. I miss a lot of how simple the old computers were and how much we could do with them and all the fun we had on them. Everything today is way too complicated, way more complicated. And what in the world emoji is that, Tyler? Where does Reed go? Okay, I'm not sure I want to know. Raspberry Pis are interesting. I have several of them. I've got to make some videos on the Raspberry Pis because I have them what I call a digital arc. I actually have like a whole archive of Wikipedia put away on them, a ton of PDFs, tons of reference manuals, and all this other stuff. And you can run a Raspberry Pi and a little monitor on so little power. They're a great digital arc. Well, I need to do some videos on that. Sadly, the things are not simple. They are complex little bastards, but that's a different thing. Hey, Robertson's Belly Acres. Another person from Oklahoma. How nice. Well, glad to see you here. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Steve. The big hands don't really work well on the phones, do they? That's why my typing looks so bad. Oh, neat. Raspberry Pis on ham radio. I actually want to get them to also run a sprinkler system because I want to have it where I can have it where they automatically turn the zones on and off depending on what section needs water and stuff. Got a big plan for that, but it's going to take quite a bit of wiring up and all that, but it'll be fun. Oh, just go type Raspberry Pi into some web search engine, Anna. It'll tell you everything about it. Tulsa. Actually, my grandmother on my dad's side lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We went up there quite often when I was a kid to go visit. And I remember one time we showed up and a tornado had come through the day before and there was no power in the city and all sorts of stuff was messed up. Oh, you just got to look at it real hard, Anna, then it makes sense. What is fake news? I don't know. Yes, hit the like button, you wimps. Gil's at least reminding people. Yeah, so Tyler has a great big giant announcement he wants to tell everyone about, right, Tyler? Fake prepper. Oh man. So have you guys seen that the betting markets are still open, on like that predicted and stuff like that for Trump? I'm half tempted to just put $10 on there and see if see if I win. It'd be 10 times your money back, get $100. There's my strange thought for the night. Oh man. Hey, so what do you guys think of Bitcoin blowing up? It's at what, 18,000 or something dollars a coin now? I think. I was gonna check. I didn't check on that today. Anyone know what the heck Bitcoin's up to right now? Oh yeah, it's up to 18,000, just over $18,000. So, that's pretty wild. That is actually really funny. Now Anthony, Paul Miller Prepared, he's a Bitcoin trillionaire. I think he bought, a couple 100,000 when they were, less than a cent a piece way back when. Should you sell your 10,000? If you have 10,000 coins, Gil, yeah, sell them. Oh man. Let's see. The CoinDesk has it listed at 18,012. So that's interesting. You never know. It moves around all the time. What is it? Oh yeah. So I wonder how the gold and silver is gonna go. See, that's the other thing is I really wonder is, you know, like some of the discussion you've seen coming up and they're talking about this stuff. They're like, oh, the federal government can pay for everyone's salary and all their needs and everything like that. Which I'm wondering, do they really mean your whole salary, or that it's going to be like $1,200 or some such stupid number? So we can do a couple months shutdown. That they're talking with Biden and his guys, and I'm like, oh, great. But if they did the full, coverage of everyone's salary, just covered it completely. I mean, that would make the last omnibus look tiny. I mean, it would probably be what, 6, 7, $8 trillion. I mean, can you imagine the inflation we're going to see? I just can't feature it. And so I kind of wonder, if we're going to see the dollar go into, free fall, what is that going to, I mean, what's some good things to better our position now? I mean, the people say precious metals and all that stuff, but I'm almost like, I'll just keep putting more into my food. Oh, Biden said he's not going to do a federal lockdown now? Oh, how funny. I mean, okay. I do kind of wish that, because I usually follow the tech news a lot really closely. So when Bitcoin first got started, a long, long time ago, I was like, oh, I should buy like 100 Bitcoins for $5. Yeah, I've been kicking myself in the rear end for that real hard now for a long time because, yeah, that would have been a big help, a real big help to, have a bunch of that stashed away. I really wish I'd actually bought, the 100 coins for like $5. Uh, all right, Steve, I'm on to you now. Yeah, I'm with you there, Fanny. And as much as I'm really kind of glad actually seeing the Trump people and those that voted for Trump saying no, because usually in the past we've always been like, oh, we'll just go along, keep moving along, and just say we'll fight back next time and deal with it later. But this time we're like, heck, no. The left got to throw their giant temper tantrum. We're gonna throw ours. Oh gosh. President-elect. Have you guys seen that news clipped where like these news reporters and they catch them off like off camera or something like that, and they're talking so like that, and they're arguing over things, and the news lady's like, but we called it for Biden. She just couldn't believe that anyone would honestly say the news media is not in charge of how the elections are fully decided in America. She just couldn't believe that someone would contradict her. It cracks me up. Wow, that's pretty wild, Tyler. 308. Is she a mummy? Yeah, the people do need to stand. I'm glad people are standing up. And I'm really glad because a lot of weirdness has been coming out. And the more time, because if they just said, okay, that's it, Biden's in, nothing to see, nothing to do, we wouldn't see all the weirdness showing up. All sorts of really, really interesting weirdness is coming out. And I got a video I'm editing on that, but golly, the news is like changing so fast. Editing and putting something together is just like ridiculous. You're like, oh, I've got this about put together. And, as you're rendering the video, suddenly a major piece comes out and you're like, stop. let me get back on that video and mess with it. And like a lot of the other people I like to watch that put stuff out on a regular basis about everything going on, they're all, trying to do it as quick and as fast as they can because it's changing so quickly. And and didn't you guys love to see Fox News just totally sell out on election night, calling stuff when they shouldn't be calling stuff, making it look like as hard as they could that Trump was super behind. He had no chance to get anywhere, refusing to call states that they should have called just to make it look like, no, Biden's taken off. He's totally in the lead. Yeah, that was lovely. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know no TV either, Kaylin. I just get things off the web and I go through the live streams and everything else, and take a look at everything. But it's just absolutely just nuts. I just couldn't believe how everything changed. I have a lot of people that have told me that too, Anna. They are staying away from Facebook. Several people I know said they deleted their account and they're just to heck with this. I'm not dealing with this anymore because they're tired of being called every name under the book, accused of the worst crimes imaginable just because of who they voted for and what they believe in. So, jeez. Exactly, Fanny. So the Fox absolutely committed suicide on that. Their ratings have just plummeted. I mean, absolutely plummeted. They've really, really messed it up. So I actually signed up on Parler. I'm on BitChute, which is I got to fix it. Apparently got hung up. It wasn't mirroring my stuff. And I'm also going to sign up on Rumble. So I'll have a little video announcing, here's all the other accounts I've got. And alt tech, here we go, and stuff. And I don't know if you guys saw this. This was absolutely amazing. A wonderful cash grab thing going on by YouTube. So I'm not monetized yet. I don't have the watch hours yet. I'm still working on that. Because once you get monetized, it's not the money doesn't really matter as much as they actually show your videos more, and you can see stuff, and so people get your stuff, and so on. But I'm working on that. I'm not there for monetized, but YouTube announced that they've decided that even though people aren't monetized, they're going to run ads on their videos and then, make money off of their work and not give them a dime for it. Change the TOS for that. It's just lovely. And so think about it. They can push the eligibility requirements up. Yeah, what is this MeWe thing? I've heard other people mention this, and I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan either, Anna. A lot of them, they seem kind of weird to use. Actually, my favorite one is BitChute because it reminds me of YouTube way back in the, like 2008, 9, because it's just, I like it pretty well. Rumble is kind of weird, but I'm going to put videos up there as well. And Parler, I'm kind of figuring out, but I never was on Twitter. I was never on, what is it? Facebook, any of that stuff. So, I'm kind of learning this stuff. Although, for people who want to laugh, I had a VK account, which is Russia's clone of social media. So there's a hint for you guys. Reloading group. That's cool. It's just that we've got to find better places to put stuff because they're just trying to kill anything off of our side. They just don't want us at all. They want to treat us like the worst thing out there. Anything we want to talk about. Oh, you want to talk about guns? Kick you off. Well, you want to talk about reloading? Nope, not going to allow you to do that. You want to, show how disassembling, how the mechanism actually functions? Nope, not allowed. I mean, just drives me nuts. I really, really hate how they treat us like that. It's just absolutely ridiculous. MeWe, I have no idea. I'll have to check that out. So Palmetto likes MeWe. Interesting. And Tyler says he likes GeoCities. There's an old long-term memory. But is MySpace still around, or is that totally gone? I don't remember if MySpace is still a thing. And Steve asked the same question. They flagged your cat eating a treat. Oh, that's cute. That is. Yeah, I mean, I've got one of my cats. I have a video I was gonna put together of him because he's just a funny cat. He's a special needs cat and he's slightly disabled. He has a neurological problem, so he always looks like he's drunk when he's walking. But he's my good little buddy, and I've often wondered, if people will. It just blows my mind, YouTube might flag it. This is animal abuse. Why? Because I take care of my cat? I don't know. Yeah, Philip. Yeah, Mr. Philip. He's the slightly disabled cat and stuff. Had him for quite a while. Good friend, though. Yeah, I need to put up some videos on that. I've also got another section of videos I want to start doing, because everyone likes to do Tactical Tuesday. I want to call it Tech Tuesday and go over technical things and geek stuff and all sorts of other fun things like that, and things. I think it would be a lot of fun. But then, of course, I know Steve's going to be yelling at me, "Read numbers! Why are there numbers?" And then we break out the algebra and calculus, and then he's really going to be mad at me. An equal opportunity joke deployer. Very interesting there, Tyler. Oh, old school dropped by. And we were just talking about school, but she wants to be old school. Sad times. Oh wow, I had no idea MySpace was still a thing. Tyler contracts dad jokes out to Palmetto. Hey, I've got some really good dad jokes. Like, did you know that circles are completely pointless? Oh, let me share my favorite one. What do you call a vegetarian with diarrhea? Salad shooter. And watch the number of people in here just go, leave, I'm out of here. Yeah, prepping in small spaces is a good thing to think about for sure, Kaylin. I mean, 80% of the people live in urban areas, and a lot of people are in apartments. So, good thing to definitely consider. You never know. And plus, sometimes when you rent, you got a little tiny place too. I've lived in plenty of small spots myself. Yeah. Actually, there you go. Maybe someone should do a video prepping when all you can do is live in your car. All right. So, what's our opinion for the how 2020 is going to close out? December 31st. What event is going to show up? I've decided I'm going to go with nuclear war. Let's go with that one. What do you guys think? What event do you guys want to put up? We should start a poll so when the apocalypse hits full time, we can decide who gets the extra MREs. That'll be the prize, an extra thing of MREs. Okay, Tyler, that's a good one. Biden Trump co-presidency announced. Wow, that would take the cake. I wouldn't really have that one on there. Oh man. Operation Bluebeam. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that will happen, Palmetto, but that's not really a disaster. Clocks tend to count. A UFO false flag. Interesting, Tyler. Interesting. Well, no one said solar EMP. I mean, come on, that's one of the favorite ones in prepping. Someone's got to take the solar EMP as their choice. you know, I don't know, Fanny. It's like the I want the way I want things to end out. It just seems like 2020 is saving up. It's going to just surprise us with one last big hurrah. But the thing I wonder is, okay, so the thing I wonder is 2020 just the warm up and 2021 is the main event, or is 2020 the slight warm up, 2021 the lead up for the big main event, and then the big event's even bigger than we can even imagine what it is. It'd be interesting if they ever actually had a satellite big enough to do a rod from God, Tyler, up there. I don't think there's one big enough that would actually have a rod from God. But you never know. You never know. Space Sports. Is The Walking Dead over yet? I mean, I quit watching that like after season 3 or season 4. I hadn't watched that in forever. It just became so repetitive and dumb. Oh, that sounds like a good time, Blue Healer. That sounds like a good time. Yeah, I mean, it just seems like 2020 was like the warning, like get ready, stuff's coming, everything's get ready, and so they're trying to push people to get ready, get more involved, get set up, get better prepared, and it just seems like it's the lead up for a big event. That's how I've been thinking about it the same way, the lead up for a really big event. You know, it'd be neat if they declassified a whole bunch of documents. I'd really like to see some stuff come out, to see what the heck really happened in some places. But they really like to hang on stuff. Like, I couldn't believe that they were still all over the JFK documents saying, no, no, there's still really, really important things in there we can't let people read. It's 50 years old. And they still couldn't, they still were demanding major redactions of stuff. I'm just like, why? What on earth is there? Yeah, you know, tell your husband, old school. I agree. I agree. It just seems like this is the warm up, and it's coming. Whatever it is, I don't know. Really, did stuff get better? Um, I just seemed like they were just in a rut of. There's only so many ways you can kill a zombie, so that's why I quit watching. Yeah, Gil, that'd make a good sounder. Let's get ready to rumble. Well, it's funny, Anna, is Trump said he wanted all of the JFK stuff put out and released. He said, it's been there, it's the time, get it out. And still the FBI objected, and I think the CIA as well, that they wanted major redactions in places. And I was like, why? Why? What honestly do you have that is still operating from that long ago that is that vital for intelligence to be redacted at this point? I just because actually when things are classified, you actually have to, there's a classification, there's a review process and all this stuff. So you open up a classification and it's all related to this project and all this stuff, and then they assign a I can never say this word, cognate authority to be the overseer of the classification of that. And then they say, based on what this is, and then a default classification time, as they call it, 30 years. And the clock starts ticking. To actually keep it reclassified, there's a huge rigmarole in this giant process and all these things you have to go through and get all these other sign-offs and all this other stuff done to keep something classified. So to think that they classified it still is just like, why? They released a bunch, but tons of redactions still. Tons of redactions. There was this one Tyler turned me on to on Netflix called Black Summer. That was a pretty good start for a zombie show that they had last year. And then they had season 2 is coming out, I guess, sometime soon. So, I'm actually interested to see how that one goes, because I thought season 1 of Black Summer was really good. It's on Netflix if you guys haven't seen it. It's a pretty good zombie show. It was interesting. There was some stuff that Hollywood doesn't really understand certain things. Obviously, they get things horribly wrong in some places, but it was a good start. It was a good start. Oh, interesting. Hey, Christopher, how are you? Yeah, it's called Black Summer. Yeah. So Old School's also watched it. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Just Netflix has a tendency to, any show they sponsor, if they start playing with it, they sometimes turn it into just a mess. I mean, some of their originals are just horrible. So it's nice when they actually get a decent one right. Anthony, you're not supposed to think that way. See, you're not supposed to think that way at all. You bad person. Now go atone. Okay, Anna, I don't remember. Did Biden say a dark winter, or am I remembering something else? But I honestly think, for some reason, I thought there was like a news announcement where they said something dark winter. Oh, Black Summer is a show on Netflix that's about zombies, kind of like The Walking Dead, Fanny. Oh, okay. So that wasn't a news clip I have seen. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. You know, it's kind of crazy when you remember things at the beginning of the year, and it's like, how many years have passed? This year has been so long. Game of Thrones Cold Winter. Oh my gosh. I could totally see that. Mm. Wow, it has been a whole hour stuff. Well, thanks for stopping by, everyone. I'm going to actually have to get out of here because I bet the computer is done with what I told it to do, so I got to get back to work. Long night for me. Joy. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.